Yes! Maybe I got a little too loud there. Best Boy has finally showed up. Well, I mean, he showed up last season, but this season, it's no contest. TOUDOU, he's gonna be best boy of this season. It's gonna be so good. Context. I just finished watching the Jujutsu Kaisen episode. I don't fucking remember. 8. What episode is this? 15. Alright, so episode 15 just finished. I just finished watching it. And TOUDOU, he is gonna be best boy, and he's gonna be. And can I just say this? There's a little clip in the anime where we see TOUDOU and Yuji kind of being best friends in a high school setting, and I just want that to be an actual anime. That seems so freaking. That seems like the perfect anime for me. It's just gonna be two best buds just hanging out, experiencing the world, and it's just gonna. It will make me feel so like happy watching that show. Am I the only one? I really want to. I want to watch that thing so badly. Oh, I know what happens because I read the manga, and just because I read the manga doesn't mean I'm not hyped for what's about to happen in the later on in the other episodes. Like the fight between Yuji and TOUDOU, we just got like the little tip of the iceberg. It's gonna be so good. I am so happy that the anime seems to be really focusing in on the actual fight and how they maneuver and all that, because the manga did a pretty good job of actually showing the fight and it looked really cool and all that. But the reason why I wanted to watch this in an anime format is because the movement and the camera angles they can do is just much more plentiful, and they can be more creative in that aspect. Not saying the manga isn't creative, and I freaking love the manga. I'm completely caught up with it in the manga. But the anime just gives it that motion, that sound. It's like you can feel it. And it's just, it's so good. And I gotta say, man. Best boy. It's between TOUDOU and Yuji. Their bromance, top notch. You haven't seen anything yet so far, but as they start, connecting and whatnot, and, bonding over Jennifer Lawrence, I gotta say, I agree. Jennifer Lawrence, pretty top class, just gonna say. And I mean, there's not much else to say really about this episode. It's really just about their fight and the political climate that is in Jujutsu Kaisen, where the higher ups want Yuji dead and all that because he's the vessel of Sukuna. But I will say that the whole thing with Yuji being at the age that he is, experiencing that is a bit different, where he can actually understand what's happening towards him, what's happening to him. And that's always going to be that'll be an interesting little dynamic in his head, like, hey, people want me dead just for existing. And there's also people like TOUDOU who, like, I don't give a damn what you are. You're my best friend. I love the fact that one little conversation between the two, and TOUDOU's like, best friends. We are best friends. And I gotta say, if you know what happens in the manga, they're best friends. At least in heart. In my heart, they are. I just really want that show where they're just best friends, and it's so fucking cool. But other than that, we saw a little bit of the other fights. We saw like a little bit more conversations between the other characters. We got to know a bit more about the blue-haired girl. I forgot her actual name because she's a minor character. She shows up in the manga a couple more times later on, I guess. But she's a minor character, and I don't remember minor characters all that much. TOUDOU you can argue that he's a minor character as well, but TOUDOU is fucking TOUDOU. He is. There's only one other anime where I really enjoyed the bromance. Like, it's like these two bros just being bros. And I can't remember the actual anime, and I'm really mad. I didn't like the anime. I didn't really like the ending of that anime. But it's the one anime where it's basically a harem anime, and if that harem anime turned to being just two gay guys at the end, I wouldn't be mad. Because, like, I felt much more... I felt more for the bromance than the harem. And I'll put the poster right now, like, somewhere around here, I guess, of the anime that I'm talking about. I'll look it up before I post this. It's just... that anime, that bromance there, and TOUDOU with Yuji and Jujutsu Kaisen... oh, it's gonna be good. It is gonna be good. I am so pumped for the next couple episodes of Jujutsu Kaisen. So far, Jujutsu Kaisen hasn't really done anything over the top extraordinary. It's been really good. Gotta give it that. All of the anime of 2020 hasn't really been great. It's been a couple gems, and I know there's Attack on Titan, and I know there's also ReZero, but those are like the sequels, and you kind of expect those to be good. If those aren't good, and it is a huge letdown. But this one was new. No one knew what to expect from this other than the people who actually read the manga, and there weren't that many beforehand, so don't even try that. But I'm really hyped. I really like this. And I guess I'll see you next time, because it's gonna be cool. I hope they don't, because it's an anime, so they do have to kind of stretch it out to a certain length, and I hope it doesn't get drawn out too much. There's enough there to try to make it to, I think it's 24. I don't know how long this show is gonna be, but I hope it just doesn't get dragged out, and it's like it just works. It's like, oh, if it works, it's gonna be so good. But that's it for now. So thank you for coming to the Lobby for Hobbies. I have been your entertainer, and I'll see you next time you check in at the lobby. Peace.